Good morning, HCG peeps. It's your girl MJ checking in for round 3, VLCD 27. And today had a whopping gain of 0.5. Pew! So I weighed in at 149, which, to be perfectly honest with you, I am okay with that because so many things could have, affected my weight. For instance, Tom's here. I took vitamins yesterday and B12. I ate ridiculous amount of food yesterday. I mean, P2 friendly food, but I was extra ravenous. I actually changed my dose yesterday. So many things, are at play with my weight loss. So, I mean, of course, I'm going to eliminate, some things that I think could have affected it, but I'm taking it for what it is. It's supposed to go up and down, up and down. It is in a, steady decline. And the reason I'm talking about that is because I just watched MsBashful HCG's vlog where she said, I have no successes, so I feel like I'm not contributing to the community. First of all, I say to that, bananas, like that's completely crazy. This community doesn't just exist for people who are having great successes. This community exists for us, people who are doing the protocol, so we can share in the ups and the downs and the struggles and the questioning and trying new things and figuring it all out, but we're all here to support one another. We are all here to say, hey, we're in this together. We're all doing the protocols. We're all eating, pretty much within the boundaries of the food that we're allowed to eat. And we're weighing ourselves. We're checking in. We're drinking our water. I mean, we're doing what we can to help our bodies release the weight. With that said, however, we have to be mindful that there's so many things at play with weight loss. One, HCG is a hormone, which means it has to react well with the chemistry in your body. So just because what's right for one might not be right for you. And I don't mean that in terms of you should stop, and I don't mean that in terms of this is not working for you. Because here's the thing, HCG works. Now, the speed in which you're losing the weight might not be what you like. However, as long as you do the protocol, eventually you'll get there. And I think the problem is when we sort of start doing the comparison, when we hear people's successes where they're like, oh, I release another 1.7, I release another 1.4, I'm down 30 pounds in 15 days. And we're going, what? And then we start doing the crazy comparison, like, oh, why is this person losing this much weight and I'm not, and what's going on, and that gets really tricky. That gets really tricky because then it stops becoming about you and your journey, and stops becoming about you and the process. You get so concerned with the numbers, you get so concerned with losing it by X date, that you forget that the protocol is supposed to reset your body. And in the process of resetting your body, you're learning how to eat cleaner. You're learning how to drink water. You're learning, hopefully, how to take care of yourself in terms of getting enough sleep. If your body works well with vitamins while you're taking, HCG, to take your vitamins, and along the way you're exposed sort of to your issues with food and eating when you're bored, eating when you're sad, eating to deal with stress. I mean, there's so many things at play with losing weight, So this whole I'm not losing weight as quickly as I want to, well, it is what it is. And sometimes maybe we have to be okay with that. And I can liken that to my whole thinking, like, I'm like really reevaluating myself through all this. I'm really figuring out, who am I? Why do I want this for myself? How is this going to benefit my life if I get into my size 4 jeans? I mean, because at the end of the day, nothing in my life will change. I will still have the probably stresses. I'll still have my husband, I'll still have my kids, I'm still going to want to look for a job that I love, that I'm the right fit for. I'm still going to have my friends, I'm still going to laugh, I'm still going to cry. Nothing really, other than I think somehow my life would be better if I can fit into size 4 jeans. Yes, maybe it'll be easier. It'll feel good to look in the mirror again and see that, oh, the person on the outside is the person who is matching with my inside, which is wonderful, right? But let's not forget a little bit that this physical being is just one aspect of who we are. And that if we identify with it so much, that's where it gets sort of really slippery slope, because I'm a firm believer, okay? I read this quote a while back, and here it is. And I'm going to actually write this on the comments so you'll remember, if you care to remember. It says, expectation is man's source of unhappiness. Expectation is man's #1 source of unhappiness. Let me elaborate a little bit. Which means you expect something to happen. It doesn't happen, you're unhappy. For instance, I need to drop 10 pounds by VLCD 4. By VLCD 4, because of so many factors involved in losing weight in your bodies and stresses and all that, right? By VLCD 4, you've only dropped 3 pounds. Then you're unhappy because somehow you think you've failed. Somehow you think, I don't know, whatever thoughts that's not productive, entering your mind. Okay? But here's the thing. You were committed. You did the protocol. Your body just did what your body wanted to do. For some reason, it's not letting go of the weight. You have to ask yourself, why do I think that is? Because we don't really have as much as we'd like to think. We don't really have control over our bodies. Our bodies are going to do what they're going to do. And all we can do is help in the process. And that's all we're doing. We're trying to help in the process of releasing the weight. Okay? It's one thing to have a goal. It's another to be committed to something bigger than a number. I know for myself, I've had to battle with that because I do. Compared to other people, I feel like a failure. I feel like, oh my God, I don't lose as much as other people are losing. Maybe it's not for me. Maybe I'm not doing it right, blah, blah, blah. Here's what I know. What I know is I'm committed to doing this. I am committed to really embracing HCG and the journey and all of that. I know I'm not cheating. Okay? Whether the scale says up, down, whatever, I take it for what it is. I put the number in its proper context, and I'm going to continue to do the protocol. Because what I set out to do is I set out to commit 2 months of my life to invest in my physical self, my physical being. And I know in the process of committing to that, I'm going to battle a lot of my demons. And I was prepared for that. I knew that I'm going to take this on. This is not going to be a peaches and cream kind of ride, It's going to be bumpy. So I, that's sound of me clicking my seatbelts. I clicked my seatbelts and tug at it, make sure it was on tight because I know it's going to be a bumpy ride. And at the end of the day, I'm embracing the ride because I put that out into the universe. I said I'm giving 2 months to commit to myself, to get healthy physically, to get healthy mentally, and I know somewhere along the way, emotionally, I'm going to be challenged. And this is where I have all my tools. I have my faith, I have the community, I have my books, I have the quotes that are like just swirling in my head. I have magazines, I have so many things that I know have already been in place by the universe, by God, to help me achieve my goal. And I don't doubt for a minute I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there because I am committed. And I know that I have the tools I need to help me get to reach my goal. I can't, however, get caught up with the time frame. I just can't. I can't get caught up with a time frame. It's gonna happen. When it happens, I don't know. But I'm okay with that. Because whether it happens tomorrow, next year, 2 years from now, I'm okay with that. Because I would be doing this regardless of whether or not I'm going to reach my goal tomorrow or next year. And that's the question you have to ask yourself. What would you be doing other than this? If someone told you you wouldn't be able to reach your goal of losing X amount of weight by X date, would you be stuffing your face with things that you know are not healthy for you? Would you quit doing this and do what instead? I think that's the bigger question that we have to ask ourselves. What would you be doing if you're not on protocol? If you're not taking this time to take care of yourself and learn and sort of like wrestle with your demons to, for once and for all, get to a place where hopefully you're healthy, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally, and that you can handle stresses better. Expectation is man's #1 source of unhappiness. There's a difference between goal versus commitment. It's one thing to have a goal. It's another to be committed to achieving that goal. That's my piece. I'm sorry if I'm preachy. It broke my heart when I watched her video. We're all in this together, you guys. Love you. Bye.